Oh boy, we got the Skarner rework and there's already a bunch of massive bugs with this champion. And I'm not talking about one or two small bugs, I'm talking about 3 game-breaking bugs that happen almost every single game. I don't know how the dev team let these through. And if you watch until the end of the video, I guarantee you're gonna be shocked and amused at how much these bugs are affecting players all around the world. I thought that these bugs would be fixed on patch 14.8 when they came out today, but instead Riot decided to focus on more important things, like updating the April Fool's chroma's names from last patch to make them 107% more delicious. As you can see, they have their priorities straight. This is a company that cares about the game and the players in it. Jesus Christ. I can't say that with a straight face. But anyways, these bugs are still happening. And if you play Skarner, this will definitely affect you. And the only way to not be negatively affected by these bugs is to know what they are, how they happen, and how to prevent them from happening. Don't worry, I'll show you guys what they are so you guys can work around Riot's spaghetti code. It all started when I was watching the Baus play Skarner. He was playing with unlocked camera, and sometimes his W's would hit and other times they wouldn't. But every time, they looked like they were in range. I was a bit confused, so I took it to the practice tool to test my theory out. It turns out it had nothing to do with the locked or unlocked camera modes, but with the W hitbox itself. Take a look. Now watch what happens if I move my cursor behind. All of a sudden, the enemy starts taking damage. So as you can see, whether or not you take damage is purely based on where the cursor is. If I position my cursor in front of, behind, or slightly to the side of my enemy target, the W won't hit. But if I place my cursor anywhere along the radius of this ability, then the W hitbox is accurately represented by this visual, and your target will take damage. This means when you're trying to hit an enemy at max range, because your cursor is usually pointed in the direction of your enemy, you'll most likely miss your W damage. But it gets worse. When I was searching for Skarner bugs online, I came across a guy named Kanan, who was well aware of this bug and had already done some testing of his own. He figured out that you lose roughly 100 range on either side of the target based on cursor placement. 100 out of 700 range is a large amount, and this was an early drawing he did to try to visualize this bug. It's a circle with a chunk cut off, where your cursor's cast location is. He made this visual for those of you who are interested in the technical aspect of things. This leads to the second bug, which is similar to the first. Kanan found out that if you're standing directly on a unit, that unit won't take any damage from your W. The hitbox is bugged, and it can be particularly problematic if you're facing someone like a Yorick or a Malzahar, whose minions have a tiny hitbox and jump right on top of you. Smaller sized champions can easily be missed as well, meaning in the chaos of a team fight, a small misstep can cost you the game. The W hitbox under your feet is similarly shaped to the first bug, meaning it's not a perfect circle. It's flattened towards your cast location, as you can see in this much more detailed version. So what should you do in order to not miss your enemy? Even though it seems counterintuitive, you'll want to place your cursor behind you or far away to either side. What I mean by behind you is to the opposite side of your target, so that your W range will not be bugged. This way you'll get the full range the ability is supposed to travel. Now I'll leave you guys with the third and final bug we found, which can actually be beneficial and used to your advantage if you know what you're doing. Skarner is very strong right now and is being played as a support and top laner. If you stand close enough to a target, you can E, pick them up, and run in the opposite direction. This is a very OP trick to keep enemies under your turret. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more tips, and Riot, please fix these bugs.